Green Lantern, and he was like, "He can do anything. Why would you choose anybody else?" I was like, "Because I could take a wiffle ball bat to him and win."
Beat that Green Lantern with a wiffle ball bat.
Make a Beastie Boys song out of him.
Here we go again. Welcome back to Comic Books and Cold Ones. We are the beer podcast with a comic book problem. Now, if you like drinking beer and talking comic books, you're in the right place because that's all we do here. And as always, I am joined by the world's finest co-host today. He is Yexa the Devil. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. Caruce McCain. I think that's
Sure.
what I'm going with.
I have no idea what that is.
Kane.
Sure, whatever.
Leading it off with a good one. I am right there with the nicknames.
Yes, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody to another edition of Comic Books and Cold Ones. As KMac pointed out, I'm Yak, and KMac is KMac, and we are going to drink some beers and talk some comic books today. And we have a little more of a beer forward episode today, with some just general comic book stuff. And as you might have guessed from the top, we will be talking world's finest beers, which means we will be combining it with world's finest comics.
Yeah.
Which stars who?
Well, it stars the two finest superheroes, Superman and Batman. Super sexy. Super sexy.
I do not know why you went to super sexy.
They're fine, man. They're fine. They're so fine.
The two headliners of the DC universe.
Yes.
Superman and Batman. And we will be covering the latest edition of the world's finest comic book. That was just released on the DC Unlimited app. I shouldn't say DC Unlimited. Is it DC Unlimited or is it DC... What's the name of the app?
I think it's Marvel Unlimited. DC's Infinite, isn't it?
DC Infinite, yeah. And this is the world's finest that ran from May 2022, issues 1 through 5 that started May 22, ran through September 2022, and still ongoing. And we will break down some of the highlights of that story while drinking some of the world's finest beer and talking about it. But before we get to that, we have some show info that KMac will head off for you.
Oh boy, I get to do the show info today. So everyone, we have an email. If you ever heard of it, you can send us messages and things like show suggestions or beer suggestions. And that email is cbcopodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a tweet. We like funny tweets, and our Twitter handle's @cbco_podcast, and check out our pictures and funny posts. And again, send us stuff at all these things, but our Instagram, you can check us out at comicbooks_cold ones. That's all our stuff.
That is
find
well
us.
Done, KMac.
And you can download this podcast wherever you find podcasts.
And wherever you download them, rate us 5 if you could, please, if you like
it.
Yes,
please.
And that's how we know you love us out there. And know that we are big sexies like Superman and Batman. Then.
We sure are. Oh, yeah.
And we have a shout out today from download from a new place, and that is the lovely incorporated part of Chattanooga that is called Hickson, Tennessee.
It sure is. It's in Hamilton County, I believe.
That's a good lead off.
Yeah.
And do you know anything about Hickson, Tennessee here, KMac?
Well, based on my extensive Wikipedia research on Hickson, Tennessee, like you said, it is near Chattanooga. It has or had something called the Northgate Shopping Mall, which out there in Hickson, oh my God, I can't believe you guys have a shopping mall. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else it has. It looks like it was founded in the 1820s by a pioneer family with the last name Hickson. There you go.
That's how it gets its name.
Yeah.
Man.
So there you go. Other than that, I don't know. It is close to Chattanooga, like you said, and there's a lot of good things to do in Chattanooga, like ride the train.
Well, I do have a few more. It is near the Chickamauga Dam.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
And yeah, going to the railroad topic, it used to host the Choo Choo Classic of the PGA Tour from 83 to 1991. So do you think the person that listened to us thought we may be talking about purely railroad superheroes or transforming trains or...
Maybe, probably. The Transformers did have a train. We have to talk about Transformers sometime.
Now, if you grew up near Chattanooga, do you think you get triggered because anytime you say I'm from Hickson, it's near Chattanooga, somebody always raises their arm up in the 90-degree motion and goes choo choo.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I mean, it's got to scar you. I tell the story. I went to Auschwitz to go see the internment, the concentration camp,
Mm-hmm.
and the people there. We tried to hitchhike from the railroad station to the camp, and everybody just flips you off, and you realize, well, yeah, you'd probably be very upset too if you grew up in Auschwitz. It's not a good place to be. But
Right.
I'm the segue is, yeah, if you get scarred probably living in near Chattanooga, with which all the train references every time somebody brings up your hometown.
Yeah, it probably gets a little obnoxious.
Unless you are a lover of trains, uh, which what is a trainophile? Is it train file?
I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, in Chattanooga, there is Ruby Falls, which is a cavern. You can. So we did this right now. Now I'm remembering this. So you go into this building, and underneath there's a cavern, right? And you walk or you follow this cave, and it's really cool. But at the end, they have like a weird light show, and they play some like weird like guitar solo or something at the very end. So you're like walking through this beautiful cave and seeing all these like the wonders of this cave, and then at the end there's a weird laser light show.
They put you in. They send you through a cave and then show you laser Floyd.
They do, yeah.
Sands the acid. So the official term for somebody who is a person that likes railroad is a rail fan, or a rail buff, or a train buff. But rail fan is the lead way for it.
Rail
And of
fan.
course, there is also the term in England and the English world for train spotter. So,
Hmm.
and I have noticed when I've ridden the train in various parts of the country, there are people that go out and take pictures of trains, just sit there and watch them.
Interesting.
Yes,
I haven't seen any where I live. We used to have a
yeah,
train track in our backyard, remember?
yes. When we were in college, yeah.
Yeah. Did a train ever go by?
I think it went by 3 times a day, morning, midday, and then in the middle of the night. Is all I remember.
Really, that much? I don't
Yes,
really
yeah.
remember going by at all.
You don't? Yeah.
No.
I just remember one time we had a party in the backyard, and it went by, and people were throwing beer bottles at it and shattering them against the train
Oh,
going by.
really?
Yes.
Was I there for that one?
You were, but I think you were enjoying some of your world's finest beer at the time, which would have probably been Red Dog or Ice House.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Dog. Red Dog would you could buy a 12 pack for like $4.
And it extra 5.5% or 5.6% alcohol.
That's right.
Segueing into world's finest beers, that was not one of the
Yes.
world's finest beers, and we
No,
were
no.
drinking what we determined are some of the world's finest beers that we could buy at our local stores. And these were beers you probably have heard of if you're a beer fan and will know about them, or if you're not, these are ones you may want to try because they are well known, well rated, and all those good things. And I'll let KMac kick it off with his.
Ooh. So, everyone's probably heard of my beer, and this is probably a first for this podcast too, in that I am displaying or featuring beers from the same brewery back to back. Now, when we had some research to do to get ready for this show, we researched all the great beer websites like Rate Beer, Beer Advocate, and Untapped. And I started my search on Beer Advocate, and we're looking for a seasonal beer that would be appropriate for this time of year, but also a highly rated beer. So when I was looking on Beer Advocate, I found the only actual beer I could find from Tampa that was seasonally appropriate and the one I could get had 9,100 ratings. So it's a really popular beer. It was I'm holding the good stuff till the end. You're not going to know what it
Okay,
is until the end.
okay,
So it's
okay. Don't sell
yeah,
don't sell us short on here.
I'm not going to sell you short here.
Build it to build that crescendo.
Yeah. So most of the Tampa beers, there were a couple that had a few hundred ratings. Most of them had under 100 ratings, but this one has 9,100 ratings. And Beer Advocate gives it a 95, which is a world-class ranking, 51 and number 51 in style, 4.27 out of 5. So it's a very well liked beer, very popular. I guess I could go over the stats from the other ones, but I really just want to like tell you what my beer is now.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? You
I'm
ready?
ready.
So my beer is an India Pale Ale from Cigar City called High Lie.
Ah,
Have you ever had High Lie?
I have had a number of highlights. Yes.
I believe the first time I had it may have been last year, but I liked it very much. Me, of course, being new to the IPA game, which is actually, if you think about it, it's a good thing because there's so many beers I can try now that I haven't had.
I remember when, yeah, before Cigar City got bought out by Oscar Blues and went national, people, when they would go to Florida, would always request, hey, can you get me a 6-pack of Highlight and bring it back? Because it is such a highly rated and well thought of IPA in the world of IPAs. When I go to US IPAs, off the top of my head, I think
Mm-hmm.
Two Hearted from Bell's, I think Highlight from Cigar City, I think Arrogant Bastard from Arrogant Bastard and
Oh,
Stone
yes.
Brewing. Yeah, and those are the three that I go to, and of course, what is Sierra Nevada's Pale Ale IPA, which is kind of the gold
Yeah.
old man standard of pale ales in the U.S. that they kind of pushed it forward in the craft beer scene, where the other three of those I listed off have kind of taken off and kind of led the way afterwards. But those are the big ones. So yeah, it's on the Mount Rushmore, I think, of U.S. IPAs, if I had to say something.
Yeah. And so it is probably the finest beer in Tampa. If I had to, look at all the beer ratings in Tampa, the amount it's been rated, and it's 4 point whatever it was, 4.27 out of 5.
I was about to say,
Uh,
don't break any bridges there, burn any bridges by saying this is the finest beer in Tampa. Say it's the highest rated beer
It
maybe
is
in
the
out of
highest
Tampa.
rated. Yeah, it is the highest rated. I love all my Tampa beers. And this particular one comes in at 7.5 ABV, 65 IBUs. It has an SRM rating too, which is a standard reference method for color assessment, as we've
Yes,
learned in the
yes.
past. And that number for this beer is 17. It also has 17 OGs, original gravity.
And I will not do information on the beer style because mine is too beer nerdy and everything. I want to hear KMac give his interpretation without looking online of why it's called an India Pale Ale.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
Don't look online. Don't look online. This is like, tell your girlfriend to talk about Star Wars even though she's never seen it, just from the advertisements. So roll with it, KMac. Why is
Oh,
it called an
man.
India Pale Ale?
All right, so
And I will not correct you.
you will not correct me. That's not fair. So, India Pale Ales are they're a certain style of beer that are made with a certain kind of hops. Am I on the right track so far?
Keep going. I'm just
Oh,
listening.
shut
I'm
up,
not going to
mother
correct you.
fucker! I'm so bad at this
This
stuff.
is the. I want to hear K-Mac's story of the India Pale Ale origins.
I'm not going to know anything about.
Yeah, no, it's the best part.
So usually I know they're citrusy flavored, and their origins, I don't know. I have
I
no
mean,
idea. They're
it,
usually
there,
danker than regular beers. Go ahead.
well, there's a name. Tell me why you think. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear the origin.
I have no idea. So one day when Christopher Columbus discovered India,
Okay,
right? Right? He was like, I need a beer. And he wasn't really in India. He didn't know this. He was in the Caribbean. But they were like, okay, well, this is the kind of beer we drink. We brew it with all our citrusy flavored hops and everything. And Columbus named it an India Pale Ale because he thought he was in the Indies incorrectly.
so the Caribbean people of what became the West Indies made this beer as their
For,
native beer. Is what you're saying?
yes, for Columbus.
It's just for Columbus alone, or did they make it
They
before?
were making it, and then he
Okay,
mistakenly named it an India Pale Ale.
okay, so they were already making this beer,
Yeah,
and Columbus just happened to show up, and it's like, hey, I'm a thirsty ass Italian.
I need a beer.
I need a beer. Hey, give me a beer. And the West Indians, or the native Caribbeaners, is it Caribbeaners or Carabiners? Because the Carabiners
Something like
drink
that.
snap.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know.
they're like, hey, we've been making this beer for a while. It's extra citry, extra hoppy. It's what we
Mhm.
have. And he's like, this is India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale. It was much different than a Peroni.
Okay,
So,
yes.
yes. So that's why he had to give it a different name.
I
That's it.
I
And you've
think
heard it here first, everybody.
it checks all the boxes on the origin story. You hit them all. You got the legit
Yeah.
story.
And then unfortunately we all know what happened in the Americas. There was a lot of genocide and slavery, all for the beer canning factories.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the reason is that the reason it became a forgotten style. They tried to bury that history and
Yeah. And didn't come back until like the late 90s really.
yeah.
A little bit here and there, but late 90s full force
They
IPAs.
rediscovered it and yeah, started pushing it out. So
Yeah.
there we go. There is the
I hate you.
origin beer story of Indian Pale Ales. And you will probably not hear a finer story told. And
Yeah.
don't ever let a beer nerd at a party again corner you and try to tell you a different story because the one KMac told you that's the real story of the
Oh, I
Indian.
was actually close. It is a colonial story. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
it
Oh
is.
wow. Okay.
Well, you had it on the notes, but no, it's the most annoying thing to be at a party because some beer nerd will corner you and tell you about it if you've ever heard it. You're like, yes, we all know the story, but KMax is way better.
It is better. And
KMax,
honestly, I don't really care that much about the origin, but now I'm going to have to read up on all my beer stuff because I do a podcast with an asshole.
I thought it was Hey, I prefer your story. That's what I'm going to go with.
You should. You should. All about how Christopher Columbus is an idiot.
Well, yeah, he was an asshole,
Yeah, he
but
was.
we can all agree on this one.
Yeah. That's why it's so
Hey,
believable.
yes. So I also, since we are going world finest, I expanded my horizons here, and so I went with a beer I've only had maybe once before, and I can't remember the taste, but it is considered the height of the style globally, maybe as
Oh,
far as
wow.
the flagship things. It doesn't reflect it nearly on the Rate Beer Advocate because there's so many people that imitate the style now in the U.S. that there's a lot of breweries that have ratings of like 10 and 20 for their beers that may be rated higher on there.
Mm.
So this one on Rate Beer gets a 3.83 for 5 for style, but it's 98 in style overall. And on Rate Beer, this is 98 in style, 98 overall. 4.19 out of 5 on Beer Advocate, which is 93 outstanding reading, and on Untappd 3.7 out of 5 with over 213,000 unique ratings. The other ones are also in the thousands, which is pretty high for those kind of similar numbers to what you have on Rate Beer and
Oh,
Beer
I
Advocate a
didn't
little
tell you
bit.
my unique ratings. I'll have to go back to that.
So this is a unique beer for the start of spring and also going into summer here. And I will break it out here and read it for you. This is uh, from a brewery in Belgium. It is Saison Dupont,
Oh,
an
no.
unfiltered farmhouse ale from Belgium, coming at 6.5% ABV, 30 IBUs. Brewed at one of Europe's last farmhouse breweries, Saison Dupont is a classic style of the Belgian Saison golden blonde color, dry yet refreshing, leaving you wanting more sip after sip. And let me see if I can read from their website here. They also had a good little rating on talking about their thing here. If I can bring it up, yeah. The legendary Saison Dupont, brewed since 1844. So since 1844, they've been making this beer. When they stole the recipe from Columbus when he came back and hid
Yep.
it in our farm brewery. It has since made a name for itself around the world. Regarded as a classic Belgian seasonal ale, this traditional beer was designed to quench the thirst of seasonal farmers. Brewed in winter, it was left to ferment for several months in wooden barrels before summer being served. Now, one of our biggest exports, Saison Dupont. I wanted to say it's one of the biggest exports in Belgium. Saison Dupont sets the standards when it comes to Belgian's brewing traditions.
Cool, cool.
Yep, yep. So yeah, I think I've only had it once. That's at some beerhead's house. They had some on, and I was like, hey, I know where to buy some of that, and it is a top-notch beer, and I would love to drink it as a world finest to try to give it a taste here.
Well, it sounds really good.
Yes,
What does the can look like? Is it tall
it's
boy? Oh,
it's a
nice.
tall boy. Yeah, like many Europeans, it only comes in tall boy format or big bottle formats or bottle formats. But yeah, they've started releasing it in this checkerboard can with the green and yellow and it is a classic can. And it says product of Belgium.
Cool, cool. You want to open them up?
Yep. All right.
All right.
You can hear that bottle fermented, raw fermented crinkle when it opens up and fizziness. They come out a little fizzier, and you definitely smell the yeastiness of them. Listen to that sound effect.
Yeah, you can hear that highlight game being played. So
fixed
and fixed, yeah. So here's a cool fact about my beer, which makes it even finer. Who do you think thought to name this beer High Lie?
Well, I assume it's some mobster who was fixing highlight games, and he needed a beer to drink at highlight games, and he's like, "Hey,
Even better.
okay, Christopher Columbus."
Almost. Almost. So he's an infamous and notorious citizen of Tampa. I think he's passed away now.
Oh, so a gangster of Tampa or George Steinbrenner?
Not George Steinbrenner. And I don't know if you can consider this guy a gangster, but you've heard of Joe Redner, right?
No, I have not.
Oh, you haven't heard of Joe Redner?
No.
Okay. He has founded some gentlemen's establishments here in the area.
Oh, okay.
Particularly, he founded Mons Venus.
Oh, yes. So
So
well-known economic engine of development in Tampa Bay being gentlemen's clubs, Mons Venus being one of the famous ones, something Odyssey 2000, 2021, what is it?
Yeah, 2001.
2001, okay.
Odyssey.
And classic names. That was the one I've driven by, and it has a spaceship on it.
A
That's the one
spaceship on top, yeah.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and actually, so it might actually be his son. It's because it says Joey Redner, because he was a founder of Cigar City Brewing.
Ah,
He may have lived across the street from me at my old house too. At least rented the place. That's a different story.
He would have liked you if you went over and told him the story of India Pale Ale. You guys would have gone right along.
Well, that's where I learned the story.
Yes,
he told me.
I did not know that.
The guy who named High Lie.
So mine pours a classic goldy straw color, and you can see kind of the yeast suspended in it a little bit, and the natural kind of effervescence. And the cloudy hazy comes out a little bit soury than most beers, but you can definitely taste the maltiness from it sitting and malting, and fermenting live in the beer barrels, like a whiskey or some other beer would, some other alcohol would do in a barrel.
You're really good at finding those things, those flavors and things.
The notes.
I don't know. It's good. My beer's good. My beer's
What color
good.
would you say yours is?
It's like it's orangey.
And does it have a long scoop arm on it?
What does that mean?
Like for scooping up a ball and throwing it against the wall at really high speeds?
But yeah, definitely. It has that in it too. It's hard to find different kinds of beer in Florida. But one thing I did notice when I was looking at the Beer Advocate rankings, there are a lot of Tampa Bay brewed stouts that are on the top of the list for Florida beers. So I'm going to have to head out to Angry Chair, which is a brewery probably 30 minutes from here, and have some of those.
That chair was angry that day.
It was angry that day. My friends was very angry. Yes, the bouquet of tangerine and candied orange peel and clementines, Valencia oranges, caramel.
All the types of oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Well, delving into our beers now that we are definitely the world's finest, we also read some comic books so we can chat along as we enjoy these wonderful beers and talk about how great these beers are, with how great these superheroes are. And they're a little too unknown guys, as we mentioned, Superman and Batman. But they re-released World's Finest comic, which, if KMac can look up when World's Finest, the original debut. But this
that's
run,
a classic, that's for sure.
Currently started running in May 2022. Written by Mark Wade, artist inked by Dan Mora, and then colorist by Tamra Bonvillain, which I really like that name because it's Tamra. Bon means good in French, and villain means villain.
Nice.
So I can't imagine it's a real name. She's a good villain.
That's awesome.
And then the letterer is Aditya Bidekar, And then who cares about our editors? But we'll mention them anyway: Paul Kaminsky and Dave Wheelos.
They've edited the hell out of this.
Yes.
So, World's Finest originally debuted in 1941 and was published straight through 1986. And I think it's made some appearances since then.
Yes.
But, and then for a little while, instead of calling it World's Finest, they called it Superman Batman or Batman Superman.
Indeed. As a
But
way
yeah,
to
it's,
reboot it.
yeah, but it's nice to get World's Finest comics back. And it's especially nice to get them with such a great team, well written. You know, the art's great, the ink's great. It's very good and evil for sure.
Yes.
Even the letterer does a great job. Like in the first issue when they introduce all the characters, they, you know, it's not normal lettering. It's like their actual like the logo that would be on the front of a book. It's really cool.
Yeah, Adita does the lettering out of it, the hell out of it. So
Yeah.
no, it's really good. It's, I imagine back in the 40s they were like, we have Batman, we have Superman, and these comics are selling really good. And we decided to sell another Batman comic book and another Superman comic book, and then that was selling well. And now, hey, if we put these two guys together, that comic will also sell well, won't it?
It might be the world's finest.
It might be the world's finest comic if we put these two guys together. So it's a guaranteed DC moneymaker in terms of comics, as most of us know. Their go tos are they'll sell anything Batman pretty well.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll sell Superman, and then it kind of drops off the shelf a little bit there a lot of times in their wheelhouse with doing good things, but in terms of just raw sales, I think it's not even close when it comes to moving their budgets on those things.
Yeah. Yeah. So apparently when World's Finest was initially published, it was a 96-page quarterly anthology.
That's a bad boy.
Yeah. That's a big book.
That's more than an annual, and you're getting that bad boy quarterly.
Yeah.
Some kid in 1941, man, was like, I don't. By the time I finish this, the war is going to be over.
Yeah. Yeah. How do they do that with all the paper rationing? What's going on?
They printed it on hemp paper.
Yeah.
That's my understanding is the solution to all our paper problems is just hemp. And our solution to most of our problems is just hemp because it's 6 times as strong as rope or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
This
don't need
podcast is made out of hemp.
Yeah, we don't need petroleum products. We just need hemp. When I developed my hemp beer, that's when I've gone through the looking glass. I've gone through the looking glass. The world's finest hemp beer.
That's a strong beer.
Talking about this beer always, like I said, I've only had it once before, but man, it's got a unique taste. And if I was a farmer out in the field, I would be digging it, because it just kind of quenches everything that's in you. Sort of like Superman and Batman appearing in a comic book out of nowhere, getting attacked by Poison Ivy and Metallo.
Yeah.
What I like best about this is it runs the gamuts of all kind of like, for 5 issues, they lead it off right with kind of hitting a lot of the heights, the high notes of what you're expecting from a Superman, Batman, World's Finest book. You get team up of 2 of their opposing villains, a mystery master planning villain. You get Robin, you get Supergirl.
Yeah.
And then you get some other people along the way.
Yeah. What I like too is they're using this as an opportunity because DC's rebooted so much, their continuity, that they're using this as an opportunity to kind of retell some older stories because Robin, and this is Dick Grayson, the original Robin.
Yes,
so
fully back to being normal Robin.
Yep. So
size even.
Yeah, and it's nice to have them tell these stories because I guess having your continuity rebooted so much can be frustrating, but I guess it can also be freeing in that you can kind of just tell whatever story you want.
Pretty much, you have nothing anchoring you into the past. You can just make it up as you go, and you'll throw it all away in a couple years anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, exactly. So on the one hand, it's freeing. On the other hand, probably frustrating.
And if you were Warner Brothers who own the motion picture rights, you're like, God dang it, this sucks because we can't tell one story to make everybody happy. We have no continuity to go to. So all we're doing is making people upset by releasing this type of Superman versus that type of Superman, and this Robin versus that Robin.
Yeah, but there's an interesting concept in the first issue, how Metallo injects Superman with a red kryptonite cocktail, which, as the story ends, it seems like it didn't really make any sense, but it was really cool, when it was happening.
Yeah, as far as I can tell. So All I know is there's a guy in the background kind of orchestrating all the bad guys against Batman and Superman. Yeah, gets the cocktail. As far as I can tell, that whole red cocktail was incident just so they can bring the Doom Patrol in.
Yeah.
And I assume they just want to bring the Doom Patrol is because Mark Waid, I think, really probably has a hearts on for the Doom Patrol or something because he wanted to tell a Doom Patrol story as much as anything.
Yeah. So how many different types of kryptonite are there?
There
About
is,
approximately.
oh, it's 26, right?
Apparently it's 32. It probably was
32.
26 at one point.
I know it's close. I know it's up there.
There's
And
a whole bunch of different weird kinds.
and red kryptonite causes Superman, or it's bad for him, but it doesn't have known effects.
Right. They're unpredictable effects.
Yes.
Sometimes, oh man. So here are some other effects that it's had on Superman in the past. Turning into a dragon.
That's an unexpected event.
Gaining telepathy.
Ooh.
And my favorite, excessive hair growth.
Wait. Was that red kryptonite, or was that him being red kryptonite in the bathroom when his mom was gone? Mom walked in, couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm thinking. Clark, why do you have hairy palms? Red kryptonite, Ma. Wait, where'd the Sears catalog go with all the lingerie in it? Oh, Ma.
Red kryptonite.
Red kryptonite. Red kryptonite, also known as the Sears catalog from the 1950s.
Yeah, it seems like there's just kryptonite that can do everything.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of them debuted on Smallville, the TV show.
We could go back and have a whole show on, I think,
Just
on
on
just
just
kryptonite.
kryptonite. Yeah,
Which I think we should do probably sometime.
I think
Or
so.
maybe the Green Rock show or something. But yeah, it has unknown side effects, and they bring in the Doom Patrol with the chief, Niles Calder, their professor head, to do surgery and save Superman's life by extracting the red kryptonite and save his life. Correct? Did I get that right?
That is correct. That's what they do, and not before they have to kind of talk Superman down because he's about to wreck Metropolis, and Batman's able to do that. Yeah, we got to give Miss Bondvillain some credit here. The way, like the coloring, displays the lighting in all of these panels is really good, and we'll get to it. There's a part in one of the later issues it's really good, but with the red kryptonite, everything has a red glow around it, and the coloring is just spectacular. This is just a really good book all around.
The one thing I don't think I won't give Mark Waid credit for, because he didn't stop a raging Superman the only way you can stop a raging Superman or raging Batman. You know how that is. You just say the name Martha.
Martha, that's true. Come on, Mark Waid. You're a better writer than that.
We all know this isn't hard. Superman or Batman are raging. All you have to do is say the word Martha. Instantly stops, and they have to say, "Why'd you say that name?" That instantly stops them, both of them. It's on the nose each time. It's a given fact.
Yeah, I don't know how he missed that. I mean, but that's the thing about these books, is that you can make your own continuity. You don't need to rely on Snyderverse continuity.
Oh, you don't. Oh, well, that's not what I've been told on the Twitter.
I know.
It's a definitive requirement. But as we work through this, we find out that the big bad that is pulling all the strings is somebody called the Devil Nasia or Nasa. How would you say it? Nasia?
Yeah, Nasa.
Nasa.
Or Nisa. Devil I think Nasa.
Nasa, that's what I would go with. But only recently appeared before this comic in 2021 in some book called The Monkey Paradise or something to that effect, which I think is a reference to the journey west or whatever in Chinese mythology, Chinese lore, about the monkey god and everything, and the adventures and basically it's the story of how Buddhism travels from India to China. So, and I think that's where.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the Monkey Prince was the name of the comic.
Oh yeah, I've heard of the Monkey Prince. It's gotten good reviews, but I haven't read it.
So that's where the Devil Nasia appears, and I think he is a historical character from Chinese mythology also, if I had to guess.
I think he is too.
This is where my mythology of China leaves me, and I have to rely on somebody who knows more about history and things like how India Pale Ale has got its name in KMac.
Yeah. Well, the reason when Buddhism traveled from India to China, it was to bring IPA to China as
Oh,
well
okay.
as part of the journey.
So by the time it had gone from the West Indies and the Caribbean to England, or to Europe via Columbus, and then it traveled then again to India somehow, and then from India, the Monkey Prince went from China to bring India Pale Ale back, which also had a side of Buddhism with it.
Exactly.
Is that
Yep.
understanding of the diaspora of India Pale Ale and one of the world's largest religions?
Yes. Yes, that's
Okay.
exactly what I meant. That's exactly how it happened. So in Chinese mythology, Neza is a precious teenage deity who serves as a patron saint of young adults.
Ah,
He was born with superhuman strength and the ability to speak at the time he was born. Wow. It's based on the Hindu god Nalakavara.
oh wow. And so in the DC universe, sorry, his abilities and powers go to the effect of magic,
Everything.
mind control, necromancy, astral projection, areokinesis, dimensional travel, deflection, possession, pyrokinesis, teleportation, flight. Then he has Lazarus enhancements of immortality, enhanced senses, superhuman strength, superhuman durability, superhuman stamina. And then he has abilities of intimidation, leadership, occultism, martial arts, meditation, military protocol, very important, swordsmanship, tactical analysis, throwing. Throwing is an ability, and weaponry.
You gotta throw. He throws down.
It's listed.
Oh, he
So
has a Lazarus
basically,
pit too, it says here.
yep.
Interesting.
And Ray Gu is one of the few people that thinks Neza is the only person that enjoys the bathing in the Lazarus pits, where everybody else finds it to be a horrific experience
Oh,
that
interesting. That must have been in
drives
the
them to
Monkey
madness.
Prince
I think
book.
it's in a follow-up comic of Batman v Robin that comes out.
Oh, okay. So he's appeared again after this.
Yes, he
Oh,
has appeared
how'd he get
19
out?
times. He's had 19 appearances total.
Already?
In
Wow.
Yep, and he appears most recently, I believe, in Dark Crisis.
Oh, that makes sense. How did he get out, I wonder? Well, they didn't explain how he got out the first time either, did they?
He worked his way out. So he gets out. He's been imprisoned in ancient China by the Warriors G.
Not no, but that's not where his prison was though.
But yeah, where is his prison? Where do they put him?
It's Corto Maltese, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised the war in Corto Maltese didn't accidentally release him.
Yeah. But the Warriors G built the prison for them, and he works his way out by using all his skills, such as throwing, to work his way out.
Yeah,
The other thing I do
and
like
deflection.
in deflection, I do like all the highlights we do hit of all the places. So you get Gotham and Metropolis right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
You get ancient China. You get an appearance of Corto Maltese where he built his prison. You get eventually you get a Fortress of Solitude and a Negative Zone appearance in this.
Yeah,
You get all the highlights of the Batman universes.
you do, and
Batman's.
you get Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. I left that one off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Calder Mansion, which I don't know what city that's in though. Midway City.
Midway City, yes.
You get to hit a lot of the highlights.
But I believe in the DC Titans TV show, it's somewhere outside Detroit.
Midway
Yeah,
City is
yeah.
okay.
Midway City, I believe, is an approximation of Chicago. Also, if I remember right.
Doesn't the Hawk World book take place in Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago proper.
So there's two Chicagos in DC.
Yes.
There's two New Yorks.
Yes. Well, there's three New Yorks. There's three New Yorks technically. We have New York City. So New York
Yeah,
City exists.
Metropolis.
Metropolis, Gotham.
Gotham's in New York too. I thought Gotham was always a Chicago.
No, Gotham's New York.
Is it? Okay.
Gotham being why? Gotham being Gotham.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah, I think I get confused because I think the Christopher Nolan Batman movies were all shot in Chicago,
All except
weren't
for the
they?
third one, yes.
Yeah,
All except the third one was in Pittsburgh.
was in Gotham.
It was in they built Gotham.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, when they shot the ones in Chicago when I was living there, I got behind a police truck that said Gotham City Police and it was completely wrecked. And I was like, I texted, I was like, took a picture. I was like, man, Joker's fucking shit up today.
You didn't send that to me.
I know.
Jerk.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Next time you'll send me one, I'm sure.
I may be real.
Whatever.
I may be the real devil Nazi.
You may. I thought your name for a second there said Yakuza the Devil, which would have been awesome too.
I am not tempting any affairs with international crime organizations.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, we're a beer comic book podcast, not a organized crime podcast.
Yeah. Speaking of organized crime, I'm really enjoying my highlight beer. Hold on a second while I fix this highlight match. When I first moved down to Tampa, it was like 86, I think.
Okay.
There used to be commercials on TV for highlight all the time. I'd never seen a game, but it looked fascinating. It's like high-speed racquetball.
The world's fastest game.
Yeah, it is.
The ball travels at like 190 million miles an hour or something to that effect.
Yep.
People have died on the court.
Right. There's little like solar explosions.
Yes.
Like that shrimp makes. You've heard about that shrimp that can move the water so fast it makes little explosions that kills or stuns all its prey.
The mantis shrimp.
Yes, that one.
That fires its hands at the speed of a bullet.
Yep.
It can knock out a fish. I have eaten those in Japan.
Ouch. That must have hurt you.
Well, you got to box them for a little bit. See, they got a lot of power, but they got no rope-a-dope skills. So you just got to work them and wear them down.
Just dance around.
You fast. Yeah, you got to go. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. And they swing and you go, oh, come on. And eventually you get tired out. And then you're like, oh. And then you're tummy.
In your mouth. Explosion in your mouth.
And they are tasty.
Are they?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh, good. I always wondered that.
I was very excited to see them on the sushi menus. I was like, I want that.
Shout out to Radio Lab, the podcast where I heard about that.
Yes.
Yeah. But so the thing about the devil Neza is that he seems overpowered, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And he can just mentally take control of anyone he wants to at any time, apparently. Yet he never takes control of the whole story. I mean, something happens at the end, but the whole story, he could have just taken control of Batman and Superman and not had this problem to begin with.
That is correct.
Yes.
He has got hubris like most villains, and he thinks he can scheme a way to beat Batman and Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been wasting away in a prison for thousands of years, and his big plan is, I've got to take out Batman and Superman, even though I can control pretty much anybody I want to.
Yeah. Hubris is not in his abilities. I don't see it listed here.
I apologize. I will, since it's a DC fandom, you can self-edit. I will edit it.
Yes, edit that. Hubris.
I don't know if it's a power or an ability. That's what I gotta.
Oh, that's a good point. But they get to, like you mentioned before, we have Poison Ivy, you have Metallo, then we have a nice sighting of Felix Faust, who doesn't get to appear much lately. He's the classic magician character. He was in the one of the 2 or 3 issues of Who's Who that I had.
Oh yes. Yeah. All-around villain to Wonder Woman, magic user, and their go-to evil wizard, kind of the Baron Mordo of the DC universe. And so Superman's great weakness, of course, is magic. And they use Faust to cast a spell on things.
Yeah, much cooler than Mordo, by the way.
You're going to go Felix Faust cooler than Mordo?
Yeah. Look at that outfit. Look at that outfit.
Well, save that thought for another episode of Who Wore It Better, because that.
Oh boy! Oh, I can't wait to see the download on that.
We're gonna get a whole download from that bad boy when we write that story. That episode.
One other thing I like in this is
I'm the biggest Felix Faust fan, and it's blasphemy that you said he was not as good as Baron Mordo. Yuck!
I can't believe you think Baron Mordo's so good.
I'm gonna cast a spell. Hey, all your beers taste like Bud Light. No.
This is World's Finest Comics, and we have the 2, like you said, prime characters of the DC universe here. And earlier we mentioned Red Dog beer. which is not a prime beer, obviously.
You're not
So
going to tell that story. You're not going to tell the story, are you?
I'm not going to tell a Red Dog beer story.
Okay.
So if you were going to make a comic book along the lines of Red Dog beer, if you were going to make a comic book, which is the antithesis of World's Finest, who from the DC universe would star in that book?
Oh,
Oh,
so
I like this one.
World's Worst.
World's Worst.
Whew, whew.
Would it be Guy Gardner Warrior?
Well, that's what I'm leading off with. Non-Green Lantern Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
That's the non-Green Lantern Guy Gardner who serves no purpose and it should not be a thing that ever existed. And then I was leaning towards maybe the Hawk God when all the Hawkmen became one person.
That would
But I think,
work. That would work.
Oh, who else could we throw in to be partnered with Guy Gardner, Warrior?
Oh, we can put Hawk in there from Hawk and Dove.
Eh, he serves a purpose with Dove
He
at least.
does, yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Well, no, you could go Guy Gardner, Warrior, and Pariah. And
No, Pariah serves a purpose. How are you going to know it's a crisis?
Is Anti-Monitor the worst villain? We could go Anti-Monitor.
Probably.
But there's got to be somebody that's just awful. You can't give me Cave Carson. I love Cave Carson.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give me the Sea Devils. I love Sea Devils. All those special teams.
Yeah. Huh. I'm Googling worst DC heroes. I don't know.
We've already got one in Guy Gardner, Warrior.
Yeah,
So,
that's an obvious choice.
Fill out the rest of the team.
Yeah, well, why don't we shelve that for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. One thing I really thought was funny, and this is the rivalry or the dislike between Robin and Supergirl. I thought that was really funny, and I thought they did that really well, because Supergirl's not really Superman's sidekick, but she, like in this, I think she's so young that she kind of is, right?
Yes.
Not like an official sidekick, but
the closest equivalent to Robin, right? You know,
yeah, for Superman.
She carries her own comic. She's not so much a sidekick as she's the character that would be the closest to his confidant, his little buddy or whatever.
Yeah. So I think that was a nice touch that they kind of have, a dislike for each other, and something happened at a party with a monkey, I guess, which
and also they allude to Robin and Supergirl have been dating or dating.
Yeah, or Batman said he should ask her on a date.
Yeah. Well, they definitely have an attraction, and they do play up the old versions of the World's Finest where Robin is awestruck every time he sees Superman and works with Superman.
Yeah.
Just like they did in the original World's Finest and stuff, where Batman gets a little jelly that Robin's boy crushing on him so much. And they do play up the fact when Niles Calder and Batman in the same room, they try to one up each other because they try to see who's the smarter person.
Oh yeah, that was funny about the history of the sword.
Yes. And then the next big thing, so Neza can take over people's brains and control them, and he takes over a lot of people eventually that kind of get one shot at it, but they have pretty much half a comic dedicated. He takes over Green Lantern, Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
And Hal Jordan proceeds to whoop up on Batman and Superman until they figure out they have to scheme up to beat him. But they do mention at one time that you just beat Hal Jordan just using anything yellow, which goes back to KMac and I when we had a roommate who his favorite of the DC super people on DC Super Friends was Green Lantern, and he was like, "You can do anything. Why would you choose anybody else?" I was like, "Because I could take a wiffle ball bat to him and win."
Yeah, beat that Green Lantern with a wiffle ball bat.
just take him out back with my wiffle ball bat. It's make a Beastie Boys song out of him.
Yeah, did it with a wiffle ball bat. You can just squirt mustard into his mouth until you drowned him.
Oh no, not the Frenches. Stop.
No, please no.
The one stoppage of willpower is yellow for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird. And so this is what I was talking about this earlier too, with Bond villains coloring on the Green Lantern portions of that issue. With the way the color is used in the lighting is really, really impressive. The
Yeah,
artwork and the coloring for the Hal Jordan scenes are great.
and you get yeah. This is really well done with world's finest level work by the people, and then you get like I said, they hit all the high notes. So then they know they need a big splash pig of a big fight, so they bring in all these other people. They get mind control just so you have a big group fight of Batman, Robin, Superman, Supergirl, first people. So they have we mentioned Hal Jordan, he gets down, but then they have Martian Manhunter, Black Canary, Firestorm, Kid Flash, Red Tornado, and Wonder Girl all go on against those four and all lose, of course. As
Yeah.
well as the Doom Patrol kicks in a little bit too, then at the end with
Oh yeah.
Elastigirl, Robot Man, Negative Man coming through. But really, throughout the whole series, the R2D2 of this is Negative Man. Anytime they run
Right.
into something they can't solve, Negative Man being able to imitate radiations of various spectrums comes through.
Now, have you read much Doom Patrol?
I have not, and it's one of
Neither
the
have
things
I.
I've been thinking: should I go back and read the originals, or should I be reading the ones that came out in the late '90s, the 2000s? I think Mark Waid did a Doom Patrol story. You know, he worked on those
That would sound right.
when they had the fancy um maybe that wasn't him when he did those, but they had I can't remember who did the really in-depth run. Maybe it wasn't Mark Waid or somebody else, but they had a one
I
of
don't know. I
those.
don't think so, actually.
No, yeah, I'm trying to think of who it was. It's one of the people that does Vertigo comics.
I'm looking here. Oh, JLA Year One, Number 5 from 1998 by Mark Waid features Doom Patrol, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, Grant Morrison. That's the one I'm thinking of. Grant Morrison did a big run on Doom
You
Patrol.
couldn't remember Grant Morrison?
I know.
Who is he?
So in the story of India Pale Ale, in the in the '90s when they came back to Resurgence, and there's an Englishman who rediscovered the formula.
His name was Grant Morrison.
It's Grant
Led him
Morrison.
to
Sorry,
great
not Englishman,
things.
Scottishman,
Scotsman.
Scotsman.
What do you think of the Superman Batman design after they get the power ring?
So when they get the power ring from Wonder Man or Green Lantern and become a combined Batman and Superman, I think overall it's an interesting look, but I mean that's going to be a hard one to draw anyway. So it's always going to be kind of a one off. You know,
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's not
I
terrible.
especially like the logo, how
Mm-hmm.
the middle of the S has the bat in it. I thought it was a nice touch.
And they
And
keep the utility belt looking thing, right?
they do, yeah. And I think the logo's on the back of the costume too. Yeah, it is, but there's black on the back around it. So
I think better of the beer I'm drinking than the design, though.
yeah.
It's not a
Well,
really good beer.
I
Really
mean, the
refreshing.
Beerverse comics, I think beer's gonna win
Yes.
unless it's Red Dog.
And then some days that red dog's gonna haunt, though. So
Right, right. Guy Gardner Warrior is still he might be
it's
a
eating
solo star of that book.
world's worst.
Yeah. It might just be him.
There was that Hitman comic. I didn't really read any of that. Vigilante, um, but they kind of redeemed Vigilante with the Peacemaker TV show.
They did, yeah. I was thinking about him too.
It made a likable character out of him in Peacemaker. But this is what to keep working on here. So because you can't. Oh no, there was who was that wing character that came out like winged DC superhero. Like
Oh no, no,
Thunderheart.
it's the guy who led the Justice League, Bloodwind.
Bloodwind. There we go. Bloodwind though is also Russian Manhunter, but Bloodwind as Bloodwind.
Yeah, Bloodwind as Bloodwind, because he really wasn't Martian Manhunter the whole time.
He's just a shitty character.
Yeah. Winners. I gotta write
So,
this down before I forget.
world's worst. Guy Gardner, Warrior Edition. Bloodwind, Martian Manhunter, Bloodwind. Just Blood. Just terrible design, terrible name, terrible everything.
All it takes is enough beer, and you can come up with these ideas too, everybody.
Enough world's finest beer. This is the important part.
Right.
You think you're not thinking of these gems drinking Keystone Light,
No, 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 no. Red Dog.
which is probably the beer that Guy Gardner likes the most.
Probably he has his own bar.
Yes,
What is it
that he
called? Like
established.
Is it called Warriors or is it
Yes,
called
it's called
Guys?
Warriors, if I remember right.
What were they thinking? My
It was
goodness.
so supervillains and superheroes could drink together finally. Oh, it's awful, awful. And they only fight Monarch.
Yeah, yeah. That'd have to be. Yeah, because I think Monarch is worse than the Anti Monitor.
Yeah. Monarch's worse than Anti-Monitor than what Monarch morphs into. Whatever that next thing extends or
Oh,
whatever.
Extant. Yeah. That's even worse because it doesn't make any sense and it doesn't even need to happen because no one cares if you're Monarch or Extant.
He's the third-rate derivative of another character, which we won't cover because we haven't gotten to the big. We haven't gone through Odyssey 2001 on the big pub crawl.
Maybe next time will be a big swig because I do have a good beer for it.
But we have to. That's Legends would be our next one in the DC. I don't know what's next up on our in our Marvel.
I think it's Legends. Yeah. Hooray! So Supergirl loses Robin in the time stream on their way back after they talk to the warriors who defeated the devil.
Yeah, they
and
send. All right,
figure out how
so
to do
to
it.
recap, yeah, since we're not doing a walkthrough, really, yeah, they realize they're fighting this Neza guy. They realize he got entrapped, so they send Robin and Supergirl back in time to talk to the people that trapped him, and they get the deets, and they come back to the future. But Dick Grayson gets dropped off somewhere in the time stream.
Right, and Robin and Supergirl also get their butts beat by those people as well.
The Warriors G, you can't fuck with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, I know.
Never fuck with anyone that has a 2-letter name.
No, definitely don't. Definitely not. And then that takes them to, Supergirl comes in, kind of saves the day when Batman, Superman combined has the devil up in orbit, but the power ring runs out of power, so they kind of lose their hold on him. But she takes him down to Corto Maltese.
Yes, because they realize that's where the prison was that he escaped from, and they've got to lock him in there. And the only way they can lock him in is somebody's got to go in and shut the door behind them with him and get locked in there. So there's a whole rigmarole on who's going to be the bigger heroes.
Yeah.
And to pay tribute to somebody that recently just passed away, we don't need another hero.
No, we don't need to know the way home.
We don't need to know the way home. All we want is thunder.
What's beyond?
All we want is what's beyond.
The Thunderdome. Two straight episodes, Thunderdome reference. How is that possible?
Well done.
Well done. Yes.
And rest in peace, R.I.P. Yes. Tina T. We will miss you. That was a great performance by her.
That was. Yeah. Thunderdome.
And a great theme song. I mean, you don't think a Mad Max show movie's going to have a great theme song, but it came through because you got Tina T in there.
All right. That movie was on HBO when I was a kid, and I used to watch it all the time. Yeah. A good movie.
Yes.
Master Blaster.
In the movie Fort Road Warrior with Humongous. Still a great name for a villain.
What's that?
The villain in Road Warrior is the Humongous.
Oh. I have to get. I don't think I've seen the whole movie, The Road Warrior.
You haven't?
No, I need to watch it.
We have to have a watching sometime. We'll sit down and watch all 4 of the Mad Max movies.
Yeah, well, I just watched Fury Road again last weekend. I love that movie. That's such a good movie.
Really good, really good.
One of my favorites.
You know what would have been made it better?
Tina Turner.
Yes, that's right.
Highlight.
Some highlight Tina Turner.
Highlight.
So, yep, they
should probably have another one.
Crack it open. So they decide to throw him in the prison, but they can't decide who's going to do it. But then Superman has an idea. flies to the Fortress of Solitude. So he gets to the Fortress of Solitude, flies back, slams the door in there. No, he didn't.
He shoots him into the negative zone,
He
right?
shoots him in the negative. He gets the negative zone zapper or the negative zone gun. It's
And
like,
it's all
hey,
done. They
we
did it.
can, yeah, we can hide him in there.
The end. What a great book. Oh wait, what happens?
Somehow, Neza figures a way that he can tear open the negative zone, and so he
With his bare hands.
rips open a hole, comes back out. Batman observes after they're fighting, they're all losing, that they learn from the Warriors G that the only thing that can affect him or that can hurt him is things he's not adapted to. So things from this time can hurt him. So things he's not been used to. So Robot Man's there, and Robot Man just starts handing down a beat down, a robotic fist.
Right. I guess because he's made of metal. Like, what's so different about what he's doing?
Wait, because he's an anatomical robot.
He just can't predict his movements or something. I guess
He's an automaton. Yeah, it hurts to get hit by an automaton.
mm-hmm.
You ever get hit by a robot? Shit hurts, man.
And I haven't, not yet. No. But the reason that helped is because the devil had taken control of Superman, right?
I was in the robot fighting league for a number of years.
The RFL.
And yeah.
Nice.
And it was rough, when
were you the RFL heavyweight or intercontinental champion?
I was boxing, and I was doing really well, and fucking Wolverine got some beat up old robot and a kid sidekick and somehow beat me down.
Damn it, Logan.
That was so damn good.
Man, well, maybe next time.
I would have won if it wasn't for the damn sidekick kid cheering him on, making him believe again.
You can be like George Foreman and make a comeback.
I am.
The RFL's George Foreman.
No, the RFL's George Foreman. I got to get a little bit of weight on me.
Yeah, you'll get there. And you can get there. We'll do a few more shows.
I got to get some more beers. I'll get some weight on me.
After this year's Hanukkah beer tree, I think you'll get there. It took me like 4 months to get that weight off. Well, maybe 3 months, but yeah.
You got it off.
Yeah, I got it off somehow.
So, shoot him in the next zone. Neza comes out. Robot Man throws a beat down on him. They realize they're going to have to lock him away in the prison with somebody closing the door. So, Superman takes it on himself, throws him in there, locks the door, and everybody goes crazy face immediately.
Right.
But then they're like, hey, let's go celebrate. We threw away the demon. Superman's gone forever.
Yeah, Doom Patrol doesn't seem to be too worried about it. Everyone else is a little bit sad.
Well, they said it. It's in their name. They're used to giving up.
Yeah, that's true. They're just happy they won.
Yes. Hey, we got a checkbox.
No, but Superman brought the Phantom Zone gun in with him and use it on himself to send him into the Phantom Zone. And there's still that little rift open that the devil made. So Superman's starting to come through, but they can't quite get it until who helps?
Of course.
R2D2. Yep, R2D2.
R2D2 comes in and saves the day.
That was a good idea by Superman.
Yes.
Good surprise in the story. I did not expect
well written
that.
By Mark Waid. It makes up for his lack of use of Martha.
It does. It does.
And they set up the next comics by losing Robin in the past to hand it off and keep telling good stories. I liked it overall.
Yeah. Did you read the next one?
I did read the next one.
Yeah, it was good. I read it too.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I like the fact they did a palate cleanser one shot going back in time to rescue Robin.
Yeah.
So Supergirl didn't beat herself up too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you read any of the next run?
I did not. I think I started, but I didn't get very far because
it's pretty good too. I think there are like 2 or 3 issues on the app now, and it's about what if Superman had a sidekick too.
Oh yeah, I read the first one about Exploding Boy or whatever.
Yeah. So it's starting out really well. No spoilers since it's still pretty new on the app, but maybe we'll have World's Finest Part 2 where we talk about the second best beers we can find.
We will have to find second finest beers of the world. And we'll have to come up with the second worst team in the DC universe. which I know you'll all be on pins and needles for because we did it so quickly and on time on this
No,
episode.
but I think there was a good bit of thought and detail. You know, we took our time. You really you can't rush into a decision like that. You really have to go through and look at all your options, and we fucking nailed it.
You got
Like
to make a checklist. You got to make
we
a
nailed
checklist.
it. Yeah. Like I dare any of you listeners to come up with a worse team than Guy Gardner Warrior and Bloodwind, who is not Martian Manhunter. Like, come on. Is it Bloodwind or Bloodwind?
It's Bloodwind. I
It's
think.
with a
I think it's
D.
WYND. What to see?
Oh, that's even worse. Oh yeah, I'm sorry I gave
Yeah.
you that challenge, listeners, because you can't do it. There's no way. It's unbeatable. You can't top that or get below that.
So yeah, the Batman and Robin are the dynamic duo. These are the dourest duo, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Well, I'm just looking at it written here, and I can't believe that it's actually something we brought into reality. They're just sitting around drinking their Red Dog beer.
Just drinking their Red Dogs, Keystone Lights,
Ah,
fighting the worst villains we'll have to find. Monarch, just nothing but Monarch.
nothing but Monarch. I'm going to put that in there too. Oh, that's the best. Come on, Mark Waid, write that book. Because I bet he could write it very well. I bet it would be a fun read.
No, it'd be terrible. Come on, you
Yeah, I
can't
guess,
make Guy Gardner Warrior and Bloodwind readable as characters. You just can't do it.
I'm going to have
They,
to take back what I
I mean,
said.
it's all the swings there. Terrible names, terrible art design of the
Powers?
costumes, terrible powers, stupid origins.
Yeah, a villain who is not compelling,
Yes.
you don't care about.
At no point do you want to read this book.
Man, that is mind blowing. That
Yes.
oh, oh. All right. So,
World's worst.
have you ever been to the brewery that made your beer?
I have not. I have never. I've only been in one part of Belgium for a day. So we need to take this podcast on a road trip to Belgium and try all the beers.
Okay,
This is an
that sounds good.
official. I'm writing the story now. No, we'll do World's Finest from Belgium.
That works for me. It's a good idea.
I think it's written in the books.
So, Cigar City used to have a restaurant and like mini brewery, a little bit close to where I live, but then the pandemic came and it closed. It opened up like right before the pandemic, and so it closed down during the pandemic. I think I was there twice, but I have not been to the Cigar City Brewery, like main proper place here in Tampa yet. I need to make sure I get out there.
You haven't been to the tap room at the brewery?
I have not. I have not.
The biggest brewery in Tampa, the
Yeah.
one that makes the flagship Tampa highest rated beer, as you've told us.
What can I say? I'm a slacker. I only recently learned where India Pale Ales came from.
Well,
So I just haven't been to all the breweries that make India Pale Ales yet.
that's gonna be a lot of breweries, my friend.
There's going to be a lot of breweries.
You're gonna need a spreadsheet. You're gonna need a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make it a point to get out there this summer.
Well, I think maybe that's something we can do when we go to Belgium, because I assume they have one in Belgium.
Cigar City, I'm sure Cigar City does. Yeah,
has a brewery outside of Brussels or Liège or Antwerp or any of the places.
Yeah,
we'll have to come up with our finest names for Belgian cities when we're there, also, because Antwerp is one of my favorites. It's such a good name.
Yeah, that is a pretty good name.
And you can't. It's not a Belgian city because it's right on the border with Belgium and the Netherlands. And Maastricht is also one of my favorites.
So it's okay. All right, I see what you're saying.
I mean, literally, it's right across the river from Belgium. Maastricht.
Nice. Yeah, I have never been over there.
I know. We got to take you. So, to wrap this all up, what are you rating your beer in terms of anything?
I wanted to ask you, did you think your beer lived up to the ratings on these websites?
Of the Saisons I have drinking, it is probably number one. Of the, just all the high notes, you read the little descriptions online of what a Saison are supposed to be. This is really the real true deal. And it does live up to its 98 rating, I think, on if I am a farmer tending the hay fields
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in Belgium, and my dad's a boulangerie, worker, and he comes home, and I give him a beer. That's what I'm. This is what we're drinking together.
Got Poison Ivy and Metallo helping you on that farm.
That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna say world's finest.
Nice.
My ranking. Are you gonna give yours a world's finest ranking?
I'm going to give mine a world's finest too. One thing I would say is I think the IBUs are a little higher than I like.
Okay.
At 65.
Too bitter for you.
Yeah, a little too bitter, but I love this beer. It's a great beer, and it's definitely deserving of a world's finest ranking. That's for sure.
And
like it's named after the world's finest sport.
World's finest sport. It was brought to Florida region by the native Caribbeaners.
Yep, around 1493 or 1494. Yeah.
Yeah, when the Spaniards took it from the Caribbean to Florida and spread it among the native Seminole.
Yep.
And replacing their native indigenous beer styles.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And you can find this beer anywhere in Tampa, particularly Seminole Heights. Yeah. Where the Seminoles still live. Sorry, that got bad. But anyway, it's where the football team practices.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And they have the beer after football practices.
They do have that beer after football practices.
And it's the sponsoring beer of the football team.
Sure thing.
Go Noles.
Go Noles. Woohoo. All right. So we're going to close out this show now, and we wanted to thank everyone for listening. We really appreciate it. It's been a fun time. Yek, do you know our show info?
I can do the outro here for us. So if you like what you listen to in our ramblings and want to know more about the world's finest things that we think are the world's finest things, you can email us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Send us a tweet at cbco_podcast, or take a picture of all the world's finest things you think in there, and we will tell you world's finest or world's worst.
Yes.
At Instagram, comicbooks_cold ones, because that's what we like to do. We love rating things finest or worst, and we are the authorities, as you've heard, on those two topics tonight.
Yes, definitely do all of the stuff he just said. And, if you have a beer that you think is the world's finest beer, let us know through, one of those outlets, either through the email or Twitter, or take a picture of it and tag us in the Instagram. Let us know, right, Yek?
And there is a chance, if you tell us what you think is the world's worst beer, we could do a Blood Wind by Gartner Warrior episode.
Yes. Yeah, there is a bizarro world where that might happen. Oh.
That would be a crisis.
Yes. Oh, that would be a crisis. Pariah will be there for sure. Oh. Well, again, thank you everyone for listening. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time with a very special episode. I just love to say that. It doesn't mean anything.
I know. Just leave me hanging.
Yeah,
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Good night.